The wheels on the bus go round and round into an SEC Saturday, game 2 of a 3-game set between the Georgia Bulldogs and the Mississippi State Bulldogs, as familiar faces joining us here at Jack Turner Stadium on a Saturday in the SEC, as Georgia winning game 1 of this 3-game set last night. Mississippi State will look to even things up here this afternoon. Jack Turner Stadium in Athens, Georgia. Caleb Brady, another familiar face, Mary Wilson-Navant. Odd game last night. When you get out hit 12-3, you don't expect to win, but Georgia won by 3 runs.
No, it was a very odd game indeed. At the beginning of the game, we thought Mississippi State had it, but a few errors and then a few clutch hits later, and all of a sudden UGA takes the game.
Let's talk about last night. We go back into the second inning for Mississippi State. Got the scoring going early. Morgan Stiles with a single with 2 outs, scoring Tate Vasilla. Then Barbary's single scores Abby Richardson. That made it 2-0 Mississippi State, and scored another run in the 4th. It was 3-0 State. Go to the bottom of the 5th. Emily Digby's fly ball would score Molly Mitchell. And after an uncharacteristic defensive error for Mississippi State, Kirsten Roos reaches on an error that would allow Natalie Donaldson to score 3 errors in the inning for State. Jaden Goodwin's triple to left field would score 2. And Georgia not done padding the lead quite yet, as the long ball coming into play for the Bulldogs as Sarah Gordon unlaunches one to left field, scoring 2 runs. Georgia scoring all 6 runs in the 5th inning, 5 of those with 2 out, as Georgia walked away with game 1 in the series by a final score of 6-3. And into the circle here this afternoon, Addison Fisher, the sophomore from Bend, Oregon.
She finished off the game strong last night for the Georgia Bulldogs. She's going to be throwing high 60s, low to even topping out at 70. She's got a drop, a change, a dirty drop indeed. She can work it on multiple levels of the plate, and she's going to really be able to trust that changeup as well.
Mississippi State 28-5 now in the season. Morgan Stiles, Nadia Barbary, and Kiara Sells will see the plate here in the first inning for Miss State. 1-3 now in the SEC. Stiles 3 for 4 last night with 2 runs driven in. And really the story last night, Stiles ahead 2-0, is 2 out hitting really for both of these teams. Obviously defensively for Mississippi State, a very uncharacteristic night with the errors. But both teams hitting really well with 2 outs.
Yeah, they definitely shone with 2 outs last night. Each of the batters just really taking their time, patient with the ball, seeing their pitches, and really taking advantage of the pitches that were in their wheelhouse.
3-1 is sent into foul territory. That'll go all the way into the State bullpen. Count full here for Morgan Stiles, the sophomore, hitting .366 here on the year. And punched out a late called strike 3 there from our home plate umpire Susan Eads. And Fisher gets the first out.
Great pitch by Fisher right here to just skim the outer corner of the plate. Stiles thought she had that walk and was really selling it right there, and a little bit shocked that pitch was called.
Susan Eads, the strike call is a bit slow to come for dramatic effect here this afternoon. Here is Nadia Barbary.
You can already tell it's going to be a good day just by how Fisher is throwing those drop balls. You can see them dropping to a different plane. Last night we were getting a lot of low pitches called as well, so I think these batters on both sides of the ball are going to have to adjust to that today and not take that low pitch all the time.
Barbary, the only native Georgian on the Mississippi State roster, from Douglasville and Chapel Hill High School, as the 1-2 foul away. The senior, a .337 hitter on the season. Going to get her on the 1-2. Be the third hit batsman of the season here for Fisher. Gets that toe on that back foot.
And that shows how it's dropping, how the ball's dropping as well, because it literally went over that front foot and hit that back foot. But one way or another, she's on base, and that is a base runner for Mississippi State.
Here's Kiara Sells from Jasper, Texas. Saw the plate 3 times last night, got a hit and a walk. And was left on base 11 times. State stranded 11 base runners last night. Now hit Georgia 12-3, stranded 11.
And you know that was part of their post-game conversation last night, is not leaving base runners on base. Like you just can't do that in the big games, in those big moments, and it really proved last night, because they didn't get those extra runs that could have kept them in the ball game a little bit more later.
Back-to-back walks here by Addison Fisher. That one on 4 straight. So State's going to have runners at first and second. And that'll bring up the cleanup hitter and the designated player, Taylor Troutman, and has already prompted a quick infield discussion here for Georgia.
Yeah, especially after 2 straight on base. Just wanting to take a second, having everyone just take a breath. You know, we're really early in the ball game. There's so much ball left to be played, but also giving Addison Fisher just a chance to, you know, shake it off a little and get back into it.
There's Troutman. Right back up the middle, out of the glove. They'll go to third for 1. And that'll get the force lead runner at third base, and nearly a line out there into the glove of Addison Fisher.
Yeah, what could have been a miscue, we'll see it again right here. Addison Fisher bobbles that ball initially, but knows where the base runners are and knows that she needs to get that lead runner out at third so that runner is not on third in that scoring position.
Here's Morgan Bernardini. Misses 2-0. Addison Fisher pitched 2 innings last night, gave up 3 hits, no runs, no walks, no hit batters. Already 2 walks, or a walk and a hit batsman here in the first.
Yeah, in this position, Addison Fisher definitely has an opportunity to really settle down as the game goes on, and she has an opportunity to really start shutting out these batters right here. We saw it last night. We saw a glimpse of it, and so she really has that opportunity right here to keep it going.
Fouling on one away here, full count, 3-2. Pitch 22, ground ball to third, step on the bag for 1. And State will strand runners again as we go to the bottom of the first. odd game last night was. Mississippi State statistically dominating the game, 7 for 13 with 2 outs. Georgia, who mentioned, 5 runs coming across with 2 outs. Mississippi State first loss of the season after scoring first, now 23-1.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, those, we talked about it earlier, those runners left on base with 2 outs, that's going to kill you. But on the flip side, like, Georgia stringing together some hits and some clutch at bats with 2 outs there really gave them the game.
Alyssa Faircloth, a 1.44 ERA, 8-2 here on the season. The first one, it's in there for a strike. Kirsten Ruse, Jaden Goodwin, and Sarah Gordon will see the plate here in the first. Their numbers from last night, 2 for 6, home run. Count evens up here on Ruse, 1-1. Popped up and into shallow right field. Coming over is Silva. She'll make the catch for the first out. And the left-hander, Alyssa Faircloth, has been really good for Mississippi State this year.
She sure has. Something that's so interesting to me about her is she really doesn't look like she's going to be a super dominating pitcher, but she has a rise, a curve, a changeup. She's going to throw mid-60s, but she has that elite level changeup that she can throw in any count. She really is able to just use her momentum, whip her arm, and get the spin that she needs to have stellar movement. There's that elite level changeup right there for a swing and a miss.
Well hit back up the middle, but right to Silva, who tracks to her left and pulls it in. She's been involved in every out here in the first. Impressive numbers out of the left-hander. Third most strikeouts in D1.
137 strikeouts this season already. We're not even too deep into the season or conference play, and you're seeing those numbers already. It's awesome. And it shows why she is one of their top.
Sarah Gordon, Georgia's catcher. Chases after 1-1 the count.
As we get deeper into the lineup here and then turn it over for the second time through, I expect UGA to be adjusting a little bit to see that change up a little bit better. Because we've had 2 really big swing and misses so far. I mean, it is a awesome changeup.
And you go back to last night's game, 5th inning, when Georgia was able to score its runs, and certainly Mississippi State's defensive miscues didn't help, but adjusting through the lineup as they go. Was this one a ground ball in the second? It's a 1-2-3 inning for Georgia in the first. We go to the second. Samantha Ricketts doing a phenomenal job as head coach of the Mississippi State Bulldogs. Fastest to reach 200 wins. Second most 5+ run comebacks by an SEC coach. One of 14 Mississippi State coaches in any sport to win 200 games. Impressive numbers from Starkville.
That is pretty impressive. And Samantha Ricketts was such a pleasure to get to speak with earlier this week, just speaking so highly of her team and how far they've come, their process. It was a really nice conversation.
7th season at Mississippi State, 11th overall as a head coach. As Des Rivera will lead things off here in the second inning for Mississippi State, 6, 7, and 8. One of 7 players in D1 without a strikeout with at least 40 at-bats.
That's impressive.
So you know the Georgia pitching staff's going to have its work cut out for it with her here this afternoon.
Well, and you already notice a different approach from pitching. In the first inning, we saw a lot of down balls, a lot of down movement and change-ups. Now we're seeing a bit of up movement being worked in more. It's definitely a different approach as you work through each of these batters. It's not just a one-size-fits-all approach when it comes to pitching.
Popped up. Streak still alive here as that one is flown to center. Leadoff hitter retired here for Mississippi State. This will bring up Zion Romero. Jumps on the first one, and this one popped to Emily Digby at short, 2 away.
We've had 2 quick outs this inning, and what we want to not see in right now is Addison Fisher letting up a little bit. We want her to continue going at these batters and not have a free base right here, really.
So often it's easy to kind of let up mentally. You get 2 quick outs and kind of relax a little bit. Just missing the zone here on the first 2. 2-0 the count. 367 average for the junior. Ground ball, cut off by third. It'll be a quick throw over to first. A 1-2-3 inning defensively for Georgia in the second. On the opposite side, Tony Baldwin for Georgia, 5th season as the head Bulldog here in Athens. 9 seasons as an assistant coach to Lou Harris Champer, who was honored pregame commemorating her induction into the Hall of Fame. Well deserved.
Absolutely. And as someone who played under Tony Baldwin as well, I mean, what a guy, right? And what he has done and how he's carried on Lou Harris-Champer's legacy has been so special.
Alumni Day in Athens. Bunch of former letter winners out on the field pregame. 4, 5, and 6 for Georgia in the second as Tyler Ellison will lead it off. Back-to-back strikes here on the designated player from McDonough. We've talked about her a few times this season, just the improvement year over year. Exactly what you'd want to see out of a senior. Popped up to left field. And Bernardini tracks it in just shy of the warning track for the first out of the second.
There's been some decent contact on both sides of the ball here. I'm really looking forward to, as we get deeper in this game, for the bats to come alive even more.
First baseman Gabby Novickas will stand in against the left-hander. Faircloth zips one in for a strike, 63 miles an hour on that one. Freshman from Chicago. Novickas hitting .410.
The only freshman in this lineup today speaks a lot about how she's progressed throughout the season. She's fit in really well defensively at first, and she's earned her spot in the lineup as well.
Just a piece there on the foul tip back to the catcher, 1 and 2. You talked to defense coming into the weekend, top 2 defensive teams in the country, these two. Which is what made the 3 errors last night for Mississippi State stand out so dramatically as Novickas chases one outside for the second strike, or the third strike, excuse me, first strikeout of the afternoon for Faircloth. Two down here in the second.
That was a beautiful series of pitches. She had multiple changeups work through there and ultimately was able to get that swing and miss on changeup on the outside half of the plate.
Emma Castori, Georgia's right fielder this afternoon. Junior from Buford. In there for a strike, 1 and 1, 306 average and 2 homers for the junior out of Buford High School. Chases that one, 1 and 2. I mentioned how odd last night's game was. A lot of firsts for Mississippi State. Most runs allowed all season, 6 for Georgia. First time that State has lost after scoring first. Swung on and missed there for strike 3. Back-to-back 3 up and 3 down innings for Alyssa Faircloth. Mary Dog in the house here this afternoon in Athens, as a big crowd has assembled here at Jack Turner Stadium to take in the second matchup of the weekend here between Mississippi State and Georgia. Just Georgia's second conference series of the year after Georgia already had its bye in week 2.
Yeah, it's very early to have a bye. It's a little bit tougher to have a bye so early in the season, because when you get late in this SEC season, that is when you want the bye weekend to rest your bodies or to work on certain aspects of the game.
And the defense for Georgia showing out here in the third, as Abby Richardson is retired on the ground out. Richardson jumping on the first pitch of the at-bat. So now top of the order for the second time this afternoon. State will move through the lineup for the second time, and be curious to see the adjustments this offense makes here against Addison Fisher. It's Morgan Stiles 0 for 1, who struck out looking in the first inning. Stiles takes a ball, 1-2. Lightly hit back to the pitcher. And it's a 1-3 put out of Morgan Stiles. 2 out now in the third. And that'll bring up Nadia Barbary.
There are no runs on the board for either team, but I can just feel that we haven't yet seen the best of Addison Fisher in this game. She is slowly settling in. I feel her working on things pitch by pitch, but I think she's going to get better throughout this game.
Marbury with a double last night. In the 6-3 loss, 41 for the career. The 0-1 is popped up, foul territory, coming over and making the catch is Gabby Novickas. Back-to-back minimum innings here for Addison Fisher. SEC storylines from the opening night of the weekend yesterday. Tennessee with 12 strikeouts as a staff in a win over number 8 Florida. How about Pickens? 5 of those in 3 innings of work. South Carolina and LSU going to extra time yesterday, a 12-inning affair. And Alabama and the Tide rolling past Missouri 2-1, a complete game performance from Alabama hurler.
Something that's so fun about the SEC is that any team can win at any point. You see some upsets every weekend. There's no weekend where you feel like you can just relax and go through the motions. You have to compete every weekend. As Coach Tony Baldwin said earlier this season, the SEC is not for the meek.
No. Well, in both of the stick and ball sports for the SEC, both baseball and softball, there are no off nights and there are no off weekends. Everybody is good. Delaney Sullivan, the junior. 7, 8, 9 for Georgia here in the third. And Sullivan chases that one. That's 3 straight strikeouts going back to last inning here for Alyssa Faircloth.
We're going to see this one again. That was one of her dirty change-ups, working on the inside of the corner. Something that I love about Faircloth here is that she works ahead of batters. So batters have to be more on their toes late in the count, and they have to swing at her pitches rather than them choosing the pitches that they can swing at and really hit well.
One fouled back, 0-2 quickly here on Emily Digby. 419 average for the junior shortstop there in the 8th spot this afternoon. The junior from Decula, Georgia. Check swing. She went around, says Aaron Golden at first base. 4 straight strikeouts now for Alyssa Faircloth.
Absolutely dirty pitch again. Once again with this off speed, you can tell her off speed is on point today. She's able to work it at different levels.
54 miles an hour now.
Yeah, and she keeps on fooling the Bulldogs, the Georgia Bulldogs. A hairy dog and a dog.
A dog.
Yeah, and a dog. Having a little interaction down there.
The real dog, very curious.
Yeah, earlier there was some fun a little more interaction going on. That was cute.
Ground ball to third. And that went over to first. Faircloth seeing the minimum here through 3. Addison Fisher, the UCLA transfer. In the freshman season last year with the Bruins to this year with Georgia, pretty remarkable slash in that ERA.
Absolutely. That's the most impressive thing of this. And she's got a lot less innings, but she was out for a period of time working through some stuff. But that ERA speaks a lot. Anytime you have a sub-2 ERA in the SEC, like it's a good ERA. That means less than 2 runs per game. that she is allowing.
That is tough to do in the SEC.
Correct.
We mentioned last night Georgia's 6 runs, the most that Mississippi State had given up all year. 3, 4, and 5 for State here in the 4th inning as Kiara Sells fouls the first one off. Last night, the first time Mississippi State has lost this season when scoring 3 or more.
And we keep going back to those errors, but like that's the reason those errors cannot happen. That's the reason why you practice in and every day to make sure those errors don't happen.
First multi-error game of the season for Mississippi State, all 3 coming in the same inning. We mentioned that State came in, top defensive team in the nation. Georgia right behind in second, able to flip things around. After the game, Georgia now leading the nation with defensive fielding percentage and State right behind in second. As this one's going to get sent to left field. Goodwin will come up fielding it. It's a leadoff single for Kiara Sells. 1 on and nobody out, and that'll bring up the 4-hitter Taylor Troutman.
First base runner we've seen in a hot second here. See if Troutman can move her around.
Squared to bunt.
That's a difficult scenario. That is a scenario where, as a batter, you have to get that bunt down.
And you see the runner nearly getting into a rundown situation here.
Because she expects that bunt to be down and her getting to second no matter what. That is the purpose of calling a sacrifice bunt in that situation. And so when you don't get that bunt down as a hitter, you put your runner in jeopardy.
Novickus coming in there for that bunt, not able to get back in position to make a play on the base. Runner will go. She has stolen 8 this season, and she'll get taken out trying to swipe second base. It's the second time that Sells has been caught stealing this season, now 8 for 10. And the cannon off Gordon.
Yeah, what a throw by Sarah Gordon right here from behind the plate. Is able to get that throw there in plenty of time. Great tag by Digby right there.
And now back-to-back outs in basically one pitch here. And the leadoff single taken off with the stolen base. Troutman strikes out swinging, 2 away. There's Morgan Bernardini, the left fielder. Gets a hold of this one and sends it into left field foul. State caught stealing last night as well.
And I have to hand it to them. They're definitely trying to move those base runners over. She was trying to get over regardless of if it was through that sacrifice bunt that ended up not happening.
Marissa Miller was the catcher last night for Georgia, and it'll end up being another 1-2-3 inning for Addison Fisher here as we go to the bottom half. Alyssa Faircloth, 4 strikeouts, consecutive strikeouts here in the second and third innings off speed.
One of the best changeups that I've seen in the country right now. She's able to work into any count, which is huge to keep the batters off on their toes.
30 pitches here as we go to the fourth. She has seen the minimum out of Georgia's offense. Just 5 non-strikes.
I mean, some people would argue that's too many strikes, but I call that working efficient. When you have the changeup that she does, I mean, that's just efficiency.
It's been a pitcher's battle here to this point as we go to the bottom of the fourth. Addison Fisher 2 over the minimum for Georgia, and the minimum here for Faircloth. As Georgia looks for its first base runner of the afternoon here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Top of the order now for the second time as Kirsten Roos, who flew out to center to open the game offensively for the Bulldogs.
We definitely want to see the Bulldogs adjusting to that changeup. Most importantly, that's something that they're seeing so often that they've got to be willing to hit it and adjust to it. They're definitely swinging at it, right? It's believable, but they got to adjust to it and wait on that pitch.
Who's chased after one there. 2-1 the count to Georgia's second baseman. The 1, 2, and 3 for Georgia here in the fourth inning. There's a grounder to short. To first for the out. And there's the clean defense from Mississippi State we are used to seeing here in 2026.
I mean, I'm going to go back to the pitching because that pitch right there was such a pretty, it was a curveball that's moving in. It's such a hard ball to hit. But what an awesome compliment to her changeup that's been so on today.
There's Jaden Goodwin, the left fielder for Georgia. Two and 0 the count here to Goodwin. And a new right fielder for Mississippi State as Kinley Keller, the freshman, is on defensively here for Mississippi State. This one, a shot to right field. Goodbye over the trees. Georgia's first hit of the afternoon is a solo shot by Jaden Goodwin. Home run number 6 of the season. And our first run of the afternoon, it's 1-0 Georgia.
We love to see how fired up the Georgia Bulldogs are after getting that run on the board, taking advantage of a miscue right there. That ball did not move as much as we've seen Faircloth's balls move today, and she's able to take advantage of that miscue and take that one yard.
Smashed to right field there over the head of the new right fielder for Mississippi State.
Over the scoreboard as well.
You know,
it might still be going.
Mississippi State's bus parked right behind the scoreboard there, so check for damage. She got a hold of one last night. And here back-to-back hits now for Georgia is Sarah Gordon. It was Goodwin with a triple last night, followed up by Gordon hitting a home run to left. Now here tonight, the afternoon, it's Goodwin's home run and then Gordon singling back-to-back.
Not every hit has to be a huge power hit in order to be effective. Gordon right there doing her job, getting a runner on base, and we're looking for Ellison right here to move her around, however that looks like.
Tyler Ellison, Georgia's DP, in the 4 spot. That one goes low and away, and a good stop by Rivera to keep that one in play, or else Gordon may have been standing at second base. Answers back with a strike here, 1-1. Lifted to left, giving chase, and just missing on making a spectacular play there in foul territory was Morgan Bernardini. Good chase after that one.
Yeah, great effort. That's a really hard ball to get over there, especially when you're getting into that warning track. You know that that dirt's going to be so rough. And you're going into a fence almost, so you have to protect yourself in some capacity as well.
1-2 is popped to right field. And losing the ball is Keller, the new right fielder, lost it in the sun. Georgia's going to send a runner to third. Sliding in safely is Sarah Gordon. Ellison aboard at first.
We've talked about it often, but that sun over there in right field is tough, especially in the afternoon where we are. So you're battling that with that fly ball. Ultimately, she missed that, but great job by Sarah Gordon. Heads up, sees that ball bobbles right behind her, and is able to take third as well.
But you knew she was in trouble the second it started coming her way. She had the glove up trying to block the sun, and you could tell from where she was standing, the wind started kind of dropping that ball, and it fell very short in front of her. And on a cloudless afternoon in Athens with a little bit of breeze starting to pick up, sun's certainly going to be a challenge.
Flag out there. The wind's starting to whip a little bit. Looks like we have a meeting in the circle.
Keller, a freshman from New Braunfels, Texas, coming on defensively here in this 4th inning. And so the Georgia offense has started to wake up a little bit here in the 4th. A home run by Goodwin on a 2-0 count. Gordon singled on a 1-0. And then Ellison taking advantage of the sun and dropping a single in. 3 straight hits for Georgia off Alyssa Faircloth. And you see action in the Mississippi State bullpen.
Yeah, I'm really happy with how the Georgia Bulldogs are taking advantage of small little miscues here and there. It's not often that you're going to see a pitch that's not spinning or moving as much from Faircloth, but when that has happened today, the Bulldogs have been able to take advantage of it, take advantage of, you know, the error in right field to get on the board, and now we have some runners on base.
And Georgia's going to have a pinch hitter here for Gabby Novickas. And it is Brooke Smith, the only native Mississippian on the roster for Georgia, out of Brandon, Mississippi. And Northwest Rankin High School ball gets away. This will allow Ellison to advance to second.
Yeah, that ball didn't quite get far enough from the catcher for Gordon to try to make the attempt to score on that one. I think that's smart in this 1-out situation.
Squared to bunt. That one a beautiful one. Going to be a tough play at the plate. She'll be safe. Everyone's safe. Georgia with its second run of the day going into second. Will be Smith. Georgia will have them both in scoring position, and a beautiful bunt on the pinch hit.
That is exactly why we had a pinch hitter right there. Coach Tony Baldwin knew that she would be able to execute that bunt right there. We'll see it again right here. Beautiful bunt, straight back to the pitcher. Gordon coming in hard and able to slide around the catcher, around that throw right there. And then you have Smith taking advantage and getting over to second. She knows we're not going to throw that ball and risk another run scoring.
It's a single for Smith. throw puts her on second. 4 straight hits now for Georgia. As Emma Castori chases the 1-0, evens the count up 1-1. Talked about how good this Mississippi State team has been defensively here this year. No errors here in this 4th inning. But some tough plays that they've not been able to make. And then Fairclough's pitch count rising here, already 20 in this 4th inning.
Yeah, she definitely has, it's doubled in this inning, realistically. And I mean, some would say, you know, you wish she could be as efficient. Those first 3 innings, she was so efficient, right? And the Bulldogs are clearly, you know, adjusting through the lineup, which is what you want to see out of an offense.
Castori early on that one, swings and misses. 5th strikeout of the afternoon for Fairclough.
Here's that dirty changeup again. Coming in clutch, being effective for Fairclough. Dropping in right on the outside half of the plate.
And here's Delaney Sullivan with 2 out and 2 on. Sullivan struck out to open the 3rd. One and one the count here to the center fielder. Squared to bunt to put some pressure on. The throw bobbles out of the glove and everyone will be safe. The bases will be loaded with 2 away. And Georgia, thinking back to last night, going to put pressure on this defense.
Yeah, great bunt right there. Able to get it down as a hard bunt. Ultimately, Richards is able to make the play, and it just went almost missed Romero's glove completely. Which is, again, we know that Mississippi State does not have errors like that. So this is one of those rare moments that we're seeing.
It is an error by the second baseman covering the bag. And the 4th now on the weekend for Mississippi State.
Crowd not liking that call.
I mentioned Susan Eads has been delayed on those strike calls here this afternoon. To the count here to Digby, who struck out in the 3rd inning. Two is in the dirt. Georgia has sent 8 to the plate here in the 4th inning.
Even with bases loaded right here, Fairclough's working ahead of the count and putting pressure on this batter right here.
Digby swings and misses for strike 3. Georgia will leave them loaded in the 4th, but Georgia able to score 2 on 3 hits. The first coming off the solo shot from Jaden Goodwin here in the 4th inning. And Georgia leads 2-0 here after 4 innings in Athens. Well, Georgia breaks up the no-hitter in the fourth with 3 hits and 2 runs.
I don't think this score is showing really how exciting this game has been so far. We've had some really stellar pitching on both sides of the ball. And then obviously we have bats coming alive right here for the Georgia Bulldogs.
Gabby Novickas re-enters the game to play first base after getting pinch hit for by Brooks Smith there in the fourth. And Smith, what was originally ruled a single, has actually went back and been changed to a fielder's choice. Natalie Ray, the senior from Covington, Georgia, now playing right field for Emma Castori. As the 1-1 fouled away. Georgia and Mississippi State both making changes at the right field position defensively.
And you obviously wonder why those changes in certain situations.
This one to left field. And a leadoff single for Des Rivera.
But every change these coaches make throughout the game, it's so intentional. There's so much information behind it and purpose behind it.
Looks like we may be getting a pinch runner at first base. And that'll be Ali Supan. Supan, a freshman utility player from Phoenix City, Alabama. And here's the second baseman, Zion Romero. Romero popped to short in the second inning. Liner, little bouncer, double play, yes sir. We'll see if Mississippi State challenges. As Samantha Ricketts has come out of the dugout.
Mississippi State is challenging the out call at first base. The play is under further review.
So Mississippi State will challenge. Zach Shaw, the first base coach, immediately that play at first base held his hands up like he wanted to get another look at that one. So we will see the call here. There's a bouncer to third base, hustled to second.
I mean, that was a textbook double play right there. It's going to be interesting to see that play again right here. We'll see it. I don't know. That was a little bit of a tough angle.
I think she may have beat it out.
Yeah. Yeah, I think she did.
By about the length
but
of the cleat.
she's also taking her energy and going safe as she's running through the bag. I love it. She's committed.
So the call ruled out at first base. All these reviews going back to Birmingham here. Enhanced replay review here.
Oh.
Now from this angle, it's a little bit tougher because you can't see the foot coming down on the bag since we're from behind there.
Yeah, but I almost wonder if like the back of her foot is even almost
looks like the heel's there.
Down, yeah.
This crew getting the...
You can tell this is a hard one because it's taking so much longer.
I think we got a verdict.
After review, the call on the field has been changed. Safe. Mississippi State will retain their challenge. They have 2 remaining.
So good hustle there by Zion Romero to reach for the first time today.
And great call by head coach Samantha Ricketts to challenge that and get that call overturned, because this could be a momentum shift that they need to move some runners around, string some hits together.
So the pinch runner for Rivera was taken out at second base. Paige Ernstes will pinch hit here. One's going to hit her. So they'll be first and second with 1 away.
We'll see that one again right here. And to be honest, I thought because she was turning into it, I thought it might have hit her bat, but it's clear by that replay that it did hit her forearm. Ultimately, it's a free pass, right? Another runner on base for Mississippi State, another chance to score.
So the pinch hitter Ernstes aboard at first. She's going to get pinch ran for. Tatum Silva, the center fielder who she was hitting for, will re-enter the run. So Silva at first, Romero at second. After Romero reached on the fielder's choice, a 5-4 put out of Rivera to lead the inning off there after she singled. And after Georgia's offense made noise in the 4th, here's State in the top of the 5th. And Abby Grace Richardson. Two and 0 to the Mississippi State first baseman, who grounded out in the 3rd. 239 hitter is the senior here coming into today. Richardson grounded out on the very first pitch she got a look at in the 3rd inning. So this was the first time she's gotten to stand in and see Addison Fisher.
Yeah, noticing through their first time through the lineup, a lot of their hitters jumped on them really quick.
Pop to center. Sullivan comes in to make the catch. 2 away now. Here comes Chelsea Wilkinson out of the dugout to talk with her pitcher. JT D'Amico out here as well. He's going to talk with his infield. Saw this last night where the entire infield kind of had a respective coaching moment there. JT with the defense and Chelsea Wilkinson talking with her pitcher and the catcher. This will be the 3rd time through the lineup here for Mississippi State. Morgan Stiles, top of the order here for State. Oh for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out. Here's a ground ball through the middle for a base hit. Being sent home is Romero. She will slide in safely, and Mississippi State on the board for the first time this afternoon. Georgia lead cut in half. It's 2-1 in the 5th.
Great job right here by Stiles to drive that ball right up the middle. Delaney Sullivan makes a choice to try to get that runner at home. Ultimately, that would have been a super hard play to make. That throw has to be a bullet and perfectly on line in order to make that throw and get that out.
2 out, runners at first and second after the RBI single by Stiles to score Romero. Silva stands at second, Stiles at first. Here's Barbary with a ground ball to third. Lindemuth will step on the bag and take it herself, but stayed on the board here in the 5th. It's 2-1 Georgia. Bottom of the 5th in a 2-1 game. Our pitcher comparison here this afternoon. And, you know, what stands out is Alyssa Faircloth, some impressive numbers, 6 strikeouts. She really baffled Georgia's lineup until the 4th inning. But it really has been that Mississippi State defense. Once again, we've got an error here today. A couple of tough plays that State wasn't able to get done to get an out. And Georgia's got the lead.
Absolutely. I mean, I get fired up by some good pitching, and I think we're having good pitching on both sides of the ball. It's been really fun to watch, even if, you know, there have been some miscues.
First pitch strike here to Bailey Lindemuth, the 9-hitter for Georgia as we go to the 5th inning. 9-1-2 for Georgia here in the 5th. Georgia plating 2 in the bottom of the 4th, State getting 1 in the top half of this 5th inning. Rivera re-entering the game defensively here for Mississippi State at the catcher's spot. Popped to center. Coming on is Silva to make the catch. Leadoff hitter retired for Georgia. Go top of the order here for Kirsten Roos. Roos gets jammed up there on the strike. One the count, 64 pitches now for Faircloth.
I love that pitch right there because she's able, that's a backdoor curve. She's able to work that curve on the outside of the plate. So it's starting off the plate. Batter's not anticipating that to come back onto the plate and get called a strike.
Check swing. And Golden will say she didn't go. Count evens up 2-2. Swung on and missed for strike 3.
I'll say it again, another beautiful changeup for a swing. We'll see it right here again. Just, I mean, stunning. She's able to work that in any count, but she has worked it a lot for a third strike swing and miss today.
7th strikeout.
And then a back-to-back changeup, too.
Jaden Goodwin with 2 outs, who hit the solo home run in the 4th to get the scoring started for Georgia.
I feel like Faircloth right now just taunting the Georgia Bulldogs with that changeup until they make the adjustment. I mean, she should.
Goodwin just getting a piece of that one. Goodwin fighting to stay alive.
I mentioned it earlier, but Faircloth does work so far ahead that the batter will have to fight off some pitches late in the count when they are behind in order to stay in the at-bat.
Good battle here. Goodwin behind 0-2 has fouled off 3 to stay alive. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Alyssa Faircloth. 5 in the books here in Athens. Two-one Georgia in the 6th, and boy, spring finally officially here, and it feels like it today. Not a cloud in the sky. 83 degrees here in mid-March. Gonna be almost 85 tomorrow.
I would call that pretty good softball weather. I mean, like, you've got to love as a player being able to come out and you're sweating and but you're not, you don't feel like you're suffocating from the heat, right? Like, you just get to be loose and your muscles don't have to be tight from the chillier weather. And not a cloud in the sky.
No,
Pretty
gorgeous,
good, pretty good
gorgeous afternoon here. A little breeze has picked up here as the game has went on.
And also a fun way to watch the game, especially when you're shaded in the stands, like most of the fans are. Behind the plate, at least.
Five innings complete here in Athens. A run on 3 hits for Mississippi State. 4 have been left. 1 defensive error for the Miss State defense this afternoon. Georgia with 2 runs on 3 hits. No errors. And Georgia has stranded 3. 3, 4, and 5. For State here in the 6th. Count full here on Sells. To right field. Tailing back is Goodwin. That one at the wall. It's gone. A leadoff home run for Mississippi State, and Kiara Sells in the 6th inning. Number 11 on the season for the Mississippi State right fielder.
She's a leader on their team for a reason, coming in clutch with a home run like that will make this a closer ball game. We'll see it again right here. Takes that inside pitch and is able to lift it and get it deep enough to where it just gets over that fence.
A 3-2 full count home run ties this game at 2 here in the 6th inning. And Kinley Keller came in to play right field, Will Batt. Count evens up 1-1.
So we talked about Keller earlier. She had a little miscue out in the outfield earlier. This is an opportunity for her to flip that on its head and get a runner on base, get herself on base for the Mississippi State Bulldogs.
Count evens up here 2-2. Pitch number 76 coming to Keller. Check swing, she didn't go. Rounded foul. Second straight batter here that Addison Fisher has gotten the count run full. Keller, a .368 hitter on the season. Has played in every game this year. This one launched to left field. That ball is off the pole. It is gone. Back-to-back home runs for Mississippi State in the 6th. And Mississippi State out front now, 3-2.
Talk about flipping it on its head. We talked about her getting on base potentially, but taking that miscuing in for a home run. What a good job by Keller right there.
Bouncing it off the netting pole out there in the left field that protects the fans sitting out in left. And the Mississippi State dugout coming to life here as Tony Baldwin emerges from the Georgia dugout. Back-to-back home runs on 3-2 counts. And we will have a pitching change as Addison Fisher will head to the dugout. Georgia goes to the bullpen for the first time. We'll reset with the pitching change. Mississippi State out in front now in the 6th. Addison Fisher to the dugout after going 5 here this afternoon. She faced the first 2 batters of the 6th, both homered off her. 5 hits, 3 runs, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. 79 total pitches for the sophomore here this afternoon on a day that, you know, she maybe didn't have her best stuff, but she was battling.
I agree. I don't think we saw her A game today, but when you don't have your A game, when you have your B game like she had today, I thought she did a really good job. Ultimately, she just had 2 pitches that were in the wrong spot, and they were almost in identical spots when you look back at both those home runs.
And one thing we've talked about in, you know, non-conference tournament play early in the season, as well as, you know, some of the midweek teams that you play, you can miss, and you're probably not always seeing bats that are going to make you pay for it. When you get to conference play on the weekend, you can't miss, because most of the time the batters are going to make you pay for it.
Yeah, a ball left, you know, half a ball too far over the plate is gonna be detrimental in some situations.
We welcome Presley Harrison to the ball game with a strikeout on the 0-2-3 pitches to get the first down of the inning as Morgan Bernardini strikes out for Mississippi State. And here's Des Rivera. Lightly hit to second.
So right here with Harrison, we're already seeing a little bit of a different view in terms of pitching. With Fisher, we were seeing a lot of down movement and her changeup working. With Harrison, we're going to see a little bit more up movement, her working her rise and her screwball. Those are kind of her bread and butter when it comes to her spinny pitches, as she gets a swing and miss right there.
One swung on a miss here by Zion Romero. And we mentioned what an odd day it was yesterday for Mississippi State. But State 11-0 when facing a team for the second time this year, trying to make that 12-0 here as Presley Harrison gets the job done after coming in relief. But it's back-to-back solo home runs. Kiara Sells and Kinley Keller back-to-back in the 6th, giving Mississippi State a 1-run lead. Scoring has came in bunches here this afternoon for Georgia in the fourth. It was Jaden Goodwin, a one-out solo shot to right field. Sarah Gordon singled to get herself aboard. And then Tyler Ellison, a tough play in right field for Keller to make. Allowed everyone to be aboard and be safe. Gordon making her way to third, and that was big as Brooke Smith came up and bunted Gordon in to score the second run of the inning for Georgia, and this one's going to be sent to right. Will drop in. A little bloop single for Sarah Gordon to lead things off here in the sixth as Georgia trails by one.
Great job by Sarah Gordon to just poke that one right into right center field. Something that's been so fun about this game is it feels like a game of, like a real challenge game. Each team is having to fight on both sides of the ball to stay in this game.
A couple of defensive changes for Mississippi State in the outfield as Kalani Sales, the sophomore from Jasper, Texas, now playing center field for Mississippi State. There's the new Bulldog center fielder. Tatum Silva slides over from center. She'll now play left. So a completely new outfield from what we started the game with here for Mississippi State. This one is popped up. Oh, and nearly an amazing catch made there by a fan. With the left hand, kind of bobbled it off the wrist.
In his defense, he was protecting his wife, I assume, or girl.
Gentlemen.
What a gentleman.
Well,
Chivalry is not dead.
After the Coldplay concert, you can't assume. 2-1 misses, 3-1 the count here to Ellison. Three and one the count here to the Georgia designated player after Gordon singled her way on in the leadoff spot. And therefore a strike count full here to Ellison, 3-2. Swung on and missed for strike three. And an excellent answer back from the single by Faircloth.
Yeah, we'll see that beautiful spinning pitch again. A curve that's just going to hit on that outside corner of the plate for a swing and a miss.
Vickus re-entering the game after she got hit for in the fourth. It was Smith's bunt that drove in the run. 1-1 count here to Novickus. She struck out in the second. Sarah Gordon, the catcher. Pretty good wheels for a catcher. Stands at first. To left, this one on a button to Silva. Slid over from center to left defensively into her glove for the second out of the inning. We're going to have a pinch hitter for Georgia, and it'll be Marissa Miller. Started at catcher last night for Georgia. Had a walk last night. So McCask's story to this point will be 0 for 2.
I love how dynamic their lineup and defense can be. You see Marissa Miller started behind the plate yesterday. Now Sarah Gordon's there. Sarah Gordon has also played outfield. You've got, they're going all over the place. It speaks to their athleticism. It speaks to their depth on the bench. But they're also able to support their teammates through all of those changes, and just whatever situation, someone needs to shine in, their teammates are behind them, cheering them on.
Back-to-back strikes here to Miller, a 205 hitter on the season. Got a piece of the 0-2 to stay alive. Tip your cap to Faircloth after Georgia scored the 2 in the 4th, 3 up and 3 down in the 5th, and after the leadoff single, she's gotten 2 consecutive outs and trying to make it 3 here on the pinch hitter Miller.
You'll notice throughout this game, Faircloth has stepped back off the mound several times. It's sometimes that you need to slow down the game to your timing.
Miller way out in front on that one, and after the leadoff single, she'll be stranded there. 6 complete. State leads by 1 as we go to the 7th. A 1-run game as we go to the 7th. Has been a great afternoon of softball here in Athens, Georgia. Our crew, outstanding as always. Sam Carroll, Austin Simmons, Brian Gierock, Hunter Beasley, Clay Malloy all joining us out here at Foley Field, working the cameras this afternoon, bringing you all the pretty pictures. Amelia Kennedy, Eric Dunn, Noah Hicks, Sam Walters, Brady Logan, Daniel Oakes, Connor McDuffie all back in the control room, pressing the buttons, making it all happen. Beth Ann Nieblet directing, Blake Hines, our fearless producer this afternoon. As Tatum Silva swings and misses at the first pitch. Presley Harrison, 8 pitches there in the 6th in relief, went 1-2-3 after coming into the game.
Yeah, in the 7th inning, really looking for Harrison to come back in strong this inning. She's done a great job, obviously, last inning coming in strong, shutting this offense down and letting her offense work behind her in the bottom half of the inning.
One-two swung on and missed for strike 3. We had a substitution. We talk about subs in and out of the game. Hunter Beasley, our center field cam. Got Phoenix out there running center this afternoon, getting the Rays in on a beautiful afternoon. And it's Phoenix's shot you see behind the pitcher coming in on all these balls and strikes. Richardson, the first baseman. behind here 0-2. State looking to try to pad the lead here and give a little bit more cushion as this one off the inside of the bat gets over the head of Digby. And a little bloop single here for Abby Grace Richardson.
As a defense, I know this kind of bloop is so frustrating. That ball was just off the handle of the bat, so not in a super poppy place for it, but good job by Richardson to just poke one over the infield, doing her job.
Into foul territory. And no man's land there as 3 Bulldogs converging defensively. Richardson at first base here for Mississippi State. Top of the order, Morgan Stiles. Marissa Miller, who pinch hit in the 6th, now on catching defensively for Georgia. And Sarah Gordon, the catcher, has moved out to right field.
Talk about a dynamic defense once again.
He's going to just miss 2-1 the count.
Sarah Gordon not really knowing why that wasn't called. Giving the hands a little bit.
Off the end of the bat, this one back foul. And evens up 2-2. And while we're giving shout outs, I got to brag. Little League Baseball in full swing. My oldest Cooper getting his first hit of the season this afternoon.
Let's go, Cooper.
Got the video of it, the left-hander going opposite field for his first hit of the season.
Go.
There's a ground ball to third, to second for 1, to first in time. A double play will clean them off for Georgia. Georgia down 1 run here as we head to the bottom of the 7th. The defense doing its job here. On the 5-4-3 double play. The bouncer, the toss, and the throw. Georgia trails by a run as we go to the bottom of the 7th. Ten strikeouts for Alyssa Faircloth here this afternoon. She has been really good.
Talk about some swing and misses that she has produced. She's been on fire not only with her movement pitches, but with that changeup. I'll talk about it again and again. Just really impressive.
That off speed really getting it done today has lowered the ERA to 1.5. A whip of .77. 10 strikeouts, 5 fly balls, 3 groundouts. 4 hits surrendered here today to Georgia.
There's no doubt she's one of the best in the country right now.
And it's 7-8-9 for Georgia here in the 7th to try to tie or win the game at home. Mentioned Mississippi State coming in 11-0 when seeing a team the second time this season.
And Caleb, you mentioned 7, 8, and 9 are up. That doesn't necessarily mean that 7, 8, and 9 are the worst part of the, lineup. They're strategically placed throughout the lineup.
It's a strikeout, but the ball gets away, and the punch out at first base, and Georgia's going to challenge this one as JT Amico at first base immediately asked for another look. It was a close play.
Yeah, I don't think you lose anything by challenging this here.
Georgia is challenging the out call at first base. The play is under further review.
And while you're 100% right that Georgia's strong throughout the lineup, I mean, we mentioned Emily Digby, the 8-hitter hitting .419. Lindemuth coming in here hitting .323. The challenge, I would say, is in the 6 combined plate appearances before this one for Sullivan. Nobody has gotten a hit here this afternoon, so it has been cold on the bottom half of the lineup, and I think that one.
I do think that one's an out.
See it kind of bobble around in the glove, but it's in the glove.
So the reason she was able to run on that is because that third strike, it was a,
After
third
review,
strike that
the
got
play
away.
on the field is confirmed. It is out. That is Georgia's first challenge. They have 1 remaining.
So we'll have that out. But again, the reason she was able to run was because that third strike got away from the catcher. And so she was able to make that attempt at getting on first base.
Emily Digby, the 8-hitter. Behind here, 0-1. Chases after that one, 0-2.
Yeah, that changeup is so convincing that one bounced in the dirt, and it was still a swing and miss because it looks like it's coming in hard.
Just gets a piece to stay alive there. So Sullivan now with the strikeout, she's 0 for 3 on the day. She did reach one time on an error. But Digby comes in here 0 for 2 on the day with 2 strikeouts. Bailey Lindemuth, who will bat next, 0 for 2 as well.
You might say they're due.
Digby watches that one come in, 1-2. Mississippi State looking for its second SEC win of the season.
Digby got to be patient right here. You have to expect that she might throw that curveball in. That's going to feel a lot faster than that changeup that she's been seeing. But you also have to expect the changeup.
2-2, this one to right field. That one will drop in for a base hit. And Emily Digby is aboard for the first time today with a 1-out single here in the 7th.
Digby doing her job right there, poking one through. It looks like we'll get a pinch runner right here.
It's Natalie Donaldson, the freshman from DeWitt, Michigan, who pinch ran last night and scored one of Georgia's runs in the 5th inning. So Donaldson will run at first base. Both these teams already with the early SEC bye. Mississippi State didn't play on the opening weekend, at least in SEC play, when conference play opened a couple of weekends ago. Georgia had its bye last weekend. Alyssa Faircloth now at the century mark.
That's a pretty good strike to ball ratio.
And 3/4 of your pitches coming in there as strikes.
Sheesh. That speaks to how efficient she is. She works ahead in the counts and is able to get batters to swing at her pitches. And ultimately throwing less pitches, I think, because of it.
This one lifted to center, and there to make the catch is Sells. That will chase Donaldson back to the bag, and Mississippi State is 1 out away from picking up its second conference win of the year. Top of the order now. And Kirsten Roos 0 for 3 on the day. She struck out her last time up in the 5th. Should she get aboard, Jaden Goodwin waits on deck, who has a home run today and one of the 5 Georgia hits.
Mississippi State fans wanting that call.
Faircloth stepping off the rubber once again, asking for time. Wanting to slow things down a bit here, the 1-1. Swung on and missed for strike 2. One and 2 the count here to Roos.
Faircloth really working off the plate, trying to get Roos to swing and miss right here.
Ground ball, this one to short. Fielded cleanly and to first in time. And a marvelous performance this afternoon from Alyssa Faircloth will help Mississippi State win here this afternoon in Athens 3-2. It's the second SEC win of the season for Mississippi State and sets up a rubber match tomorrow afternoon.
I'm looking forward to another good day of softball. We'll have some beautiful weather. But ultimately, this was a great game, both offensively and defensively. We had amazing pitching on both sides of the ball. You cannot help but congratulate Faircloth on that win and just how she threw the ball. She was so in command the majority of this game.
Georgia winning game 1 6-3 last night. Mississippi State a winner 3-2 here this afternoon. State now 29-5, 2-3 in the SEC. Georgia 22-8, 2-3 in the SEC. The rubber match tomorrow afternoon, 2 Eastern, right here on the SEC Network. For our entire SEC Network crew from Athens, Mary Wilson, this is Caleb. So long. We'll see you tomorrow afternoon. Mississippi State a winner in game 2, 3-2.